And welcome back, everyone, to more Let's Play Night in the Woods. When we last left off, fucking band practice. No more needs to be said. Let's move on. Now we're trying to look into some ghost stuff. When this was painted, it was like, hey, look out the window. We're all working. Things are great. Now it's just like one of the graffiti murals. After someone gets shot or hit by a car. This mural is really affecting you. I forget that we live in separate realities. Mine is... Sorry, I really gotta learn to stop touching my face or covering my mouth whenever I talk. Dead pumpkin head guy. Don't dead, open inside. Okay, I guess let's just go exploring. Ma'am, how are you this fine day? Closing in 2 hours. Okay, cool. We're the microfish. Microfish. Microfiche. 3rd floor. Thank you, ma'am. Hop. Hop. And away. I tried to come up with a better reference than that, and I couldn't do anything. My mind went blank. That was a quick elevator ride. Boy, this sure is some exciting gameplay walking through a library. Looks like someone left something open. It's a resume. Bob Targ, born in 1967. Let's see. Experience mining, construction, well drilling. I never think about getting a job when I'm old. 50's not really old. You should have money then, right? Yeah, that's the idea. But that's what your retirement is for. It should be like guaranteed. Should be guaranteed in general. You gonna join my Young Socialist Chatterbox group? What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Something about resumes. And I don't... Something about money and... Fuck. Oh, that's what it was. Freaking way back in the day, in my first year, my freshman year of high school. Charity Barity. We did aptitude tests, and I knew right off the bat that I wanted to be in the trades of some sort, which, as I've explained, it did not work out too well for me, but the #1 option that I got on this aptitude test was underground miner, and I told myself I am absolutely never doing underground mining, because that shit's fucking dangerous. I mean... Like, you could hit a natural gas pocket, there could be a fucking cave-in, like the Chilean miners. Like, shit could just go wrong. Anything could fucking happen under there. I hated Charity Barity. I would much rather do something that isn't me risking my life. But, that's just my personal preference. You were kidnapped by a cult. I'm gonna go with curse, because we're talking paranormal here. Where a cute thing followed you around, 24/7, yelling about sharing and not littering, and paying taxes. I mean, taxes are important. I mean, how else is the government gonna pay for shit? I mean, I don't like spending money that I don't feel like I don't have to, but it's necessary for the government. I'm 20 and I haven't paid taxes. I'm 23 and I haven't paid my own taxes. Charity Barity goes to a state infrastructure budget meeting. I forgot the worst part. It was that it always rhymed. I don't know what that last word was, so I'm not going to attempt it. Reason 2, the bridges in and out of Saltstown are still closed. Why are we still talking about this? I already know what freaking taxes are for. Wait, hold up a second. Why can't, Sure made a lot of these books. I think they're still making them. I'm a little confused. I thought... We already know we're supposed to be on the 3rd floor. Why can't... Are we not on the 3rd floor? Or did we just stop at a random floor instead of going to our direct destination? Yes, going up. Okay, I guess... So, Huh? Oh, Dusty. I guess this is the third floor, so I guess it's like, no, wait. No, I think it's the British one that starts off with ground, and then the next floor up is the first one, and then the next one up is the second. Whereas North America's, the ground floor is the first floor, and the next one up is second, making this one the third floor. I also was not reading that text, because I had to think. That's even more impressive. We're gonna go find this guy, because he took you off someone. And, like, somehow connected, this is the through, and that's not good. Okay. Why is my headset bothering me so freaking much? God damn it! Maybe it's my freaking long hair. I really need to get a haircut. And the reason I know I need to get a haircut, not because my hair is getting into my eyes, but because I started wearing my headband at work. And I look freaking awesome. One of the store managers said I look like a badass / ninja warrior. And everyone else I work with says I look like I belong in an 80s hairband. Which, both are quite accurate. But, I'm not biased or anything. We gonna do something? I have no idea how to use it. I don't know what this is. What expertise have you brought to this thus far? This whole thing was my idea. I just realized Bay is smoking indoors. Bea, not Bay. God damn it. Your idea was ghost hunting. My idea is to do at least a tiny bit of research on it. If you think it's stupid, why are you here? Because you're my friend, asshole. Yay, friends. Oh, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying it like that. We'll be here all night if your dumbass is in charge. I freaking like Bea. She's awesome. So what are we looking for? No. Okay, so I guess I am in charge now. How do we do this? Step 1, look at the screen. Step 2, move around and look at stuff. Step 3, find ghosts. Sure, why not? An explosion occurred at 6:20 a.m. in the Stratford mine. All work has ceased while men attempt to rescue any survivors. So far, 3 men have been pulled out alive, along with 20 dead. The explosion occurred 10 miles deep in the mine, and only one group of men was able to escape before the elevator rope snapped, and the next group of men plummeted to their death. God damn! So far, hopes of finding more survivors is low. The main path of the tunnel caved in due to the explosion, and the survivors are still attempting to piece together exactly what everyone was doing during the accident. Okay, what is this? Severe violence broke out at the Stratford mine strike today. The bosses arrived to attempt to renew talks and taunted by some children present. Rocks were thrown, and the National Guard and strike breakers opened fire on the crowd. After a few minutes, the smoke cleared and the gory scene revealed. 9 miners are dead with a dozen more injured, and 9 miners are dead with a dozen more injured. A younger brother and sister were also shot dead as they were delivering a package of food to their father and uncle who was on strike below when the shooting broke out. The photograph is of 2 children, ages 7 and 9, who were shot in cold blood, has circulated far outside our little country. The heinous act led to a personal visit from the governor to the strike site to meet with the strikers. Independent inspectors were also brought in, and talks finally began. 45 days since the start of the strike, the bosses have agreed completely to the current safety standard. Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to be a thing. That not exactly about a ghost. Okay, so I'm just gonna. The old Pickaxe hardware store is set to have its grand opening this Saturday. We received a sneak peek of the store yesterday, and our town will benefit greatly from this new addition. Roy Burge is bringing 25 years of building experience to his new venture and has stocked the shelves with nuts, bolts, and nails. With all the nuts, bolts, and nails you would need for any project, plus the latest in tools. Stop by to see the latest trends in everything from handsaws to hammers. Good luck, Mr. Burge. Okay, here's the beginning of the strike. Strike at the Stratford mine has been called. The idea first arose after the memorial for the 1888 explosion victims. Miners gathered in the home of Arthur Borwiski. Interesting. continued the memorial of their friends. They also began recounting all promises. Basically, to avoid another explosion, a group of 20 miners entered the mines to begin the strike, and 30 more joined before the morning. All work has been stopped in the mine, and the miners are now striking in 8-hour shifts. Their wives and children have begun to bring food and water for the men. The bosses have also stated that the mines are safer than they were a year ago, and there was no need to act in this manner. No ghost. Okay. Gee, I wonder if it's this one with the word ghost in the headline. Well, let's read it first, just in case. As the school children are quick to inform you, Possum Springs has at least one resident who won't show on any census survey. Little Joe. Purportedly the ghost of Joe Shade, a miner who died in the mysterious circumstances some decades ago, is a favorite spooky story of whimsical and weird members of our community. Most recent activities seem to involve getting up out of his coffin in the old section of Possum Springs Cemetery and strolling around, unnerving visitors to the largest graveyard in Deep Hollow Country. His grave has become a destination for the unruly and often destructive local use of Possum Springs City Council. Often destructive local youth, and as such, Possum Springs City Council is considering erecting a large iron gate to protect historical tombstones that fill the small hollow where Joe Shade lies buried. Police have also stepped up. Be warned. Oh, it did a good noise. I did good. Graveyard, that's a gimme. I gotta freaking scratch my ear again because life is awful. If you're looking for ghost stuff, that's where they make a lot of them. Looks like they saw him in an old section. Cool, that's where his grave is. I'm actually interested in that. I'm probably dumb for saying this, but I would, if I had another friend or two, I would go wandering around in the graveyard overnight because it's so spooky. I'm a pretty fast runner, and I haven't been in a fight, but I'm sure I could handle myself if need be. This looks like actual dangerous ghost stuff, like history. Ghosts are not history. Excuse me. I should probably eat something at some point. History that won't stay history. That's actually pretty good. Okay, I guess I need to find more of ghosts. Purchase 10 acres of land. I was gonna put when Mr. Colson would use the land. Progress Springs and Possum Springs. Partnered Samuel Cullen, Railroad Magnet, Harrison Stice, the Foreman Desire. Double houses, Springs, torn down, replaced with single homes. New elementary school will be open nearby, courtesy of Arnold Applebaum. No. There's been the albino groundhog from a very reliable source this time. Edgar Stewart reports a small gap digging near Shades gives a decline to give any explanation of the exact location and implores his fellow hunters to admire leave in business. We cannot agree more with this upstanding citizen and reminded the townsfolk that if you are interested in seeing albino barbershop. Okay. Houses, St. Lars discovery of gas buildup near basements and have found to live hallucinations scattered members of the household for the past several weeks. When a family member is hearing voices. Ooh, this is ghostly. But it's ghostly. It's ghostly. They're hearing voices. Okay, what's demolition? Witnessing. Wouldn't it be good if that was the only article that I had to read? Fell from the staircase and broke both his legs. Samantha Cullen Glick, daughter of Richard, finally agreed it was time for Posse to go. Okay. Pie piracy! Dear citizens, please make note to keep your pies safe during the pleasant weather we are experiencing. Several ladies have reported pies from their kitchens disappearing at alarming rates. Even worse, the picky culprit is leaving behind only the rhubarb pies. Until this criminal is caught or the bad weather returns, we remind our housewives to make use of their pies safe indoors or stick to rhubarb. No ghost here. Anything here? Okay. Events. Oh, wait, teeth? Hold up, teeth. Okay. Okay, maybe I should actually, like, skim through this. Strange But 2. Bad Bosses. This is more of a tale of crime, no exception. It was in 1870, the local miners confronted him while he was on the act. He denied everything with a manly slur and punched the miners' leader, Donald Grace, in the face, causing him to lose his last remaining tooth. The miners knew how much they needed, and they descended on the boss. Hold a few. Boss down. Removed all his teeth with pliers. Good God. The teeth are passive. So, is the teeth that Granddad had in the safe one of this guy's teeth? Because it's awfully suspicious. These symbols were used around the coal patch to organize meetings and make announcements. The boss survived his attack, but never named his attackers for fear of implicating himself. When he died a few years later, members dug up a grave to retrieve his skull. It was used in ceremonies performed before going out for retribution. All would gather around, place teeth into the sockets, and later retrieve their tooth after the retribution was completed. Upon a member's death, their tooth would be passed on to a new member. What the fuck is this? Teeth of the members in jail would be left in their sockets until their fates were decided. After the strike of 1989, the social society dwindled. Occasionally, the descendants of... Oh my God. Okay, so... That's fucked up, that the tooth that we have is from some sort of weird secret society. 5 men bring the total to 112. So after the explosion, although the mine was the 3 bodies. Anything to say here? I don't think there's anything else for me to look up. Sound off opinion line. Okay, I knew that there was gonna be another one.
Hey, it's Fat Albert.
Goddamn diabetes took my legs. History that won't stay history in a history place. I'm not gonna bother with their saying. I'm gonna skim through this while stuff is happening. Resigned. I'd be there in an hour, and I'd hear someone walking around. So this is the custodial head of the Possum Springs Historical Society. Okay, so that's the place right next to where Possibilities used to be, right? Looking over my shoulder to speak, God knows what. Mr. Nosum had previously requested the work, daylight hours. I don't go off the to the off-limits area anymore. I don't know what's past the second floor. I know the others laugh seeing I'm Little Joe. If it is Little Joe, then he ain't so little no more. It's actually a pretty cool old house. It used to be owned by one of the mine owners or something. Goddamn fly, get off my goddamn TV! Railroad mine, steel mall, something like that. So an actual haunted house. Elementary school kids are there all the time. They have like summer arts and crafts programs. I should stop the video soon. Still worth checking out. Okay, so the graveyard and the historical society. I don't think I've seen anything else. Underground gases. Okay. Explosion, events. Oh wait, spectral happenings. 2 local sweethearts were startled, but passengers that hiked along the woods at Possum Jump. According to the Lovebirds, at approximately 11:45 p.m., a figure appeared. I really wish the commentary was better other than me just reading what's on screen, but I kind of want to pay attention to what's going on here. Forestry workers around the next morning were unable to locate any evidence of anyone leaving from a great height, leaving the exact nature of what the 2 solves a mystery. A decent hike up the State Forest Hills. Possum Jumps, beautiful view of the Echo Reservoir. Okay, so... Okay. Looks like Possum Jump. Let me read it. It's Possum Jump. Back up in the state park. Gonna check it out, though. Okay, that's gotta be it. Okay, there we go. Let's boogie. Yeah, that's it. I think I've read just about everything. You're a regular detective. Detective of ghosts. So we've got some leads. Can I borrow your car this week? Do you even have a license? I mean, no regardless, but do you? No license, no credit cards. Don't believe in money. Okay. I don't choose to be born in this society. So I can't drive you around all of these spots. Maybe you can do the graveyard. I need to go there anyway. Wait. Oh, maybe visiting Mother? See if the Greg and the others want to. Probably don't have to say this, but just because something happened in the past doesn't mean it's going to happen again. Ever hear that history repeats? I've never heard that. But I do know lightning strikes twice. Is lightning striking twice actually, is that real or is that a myth? So we've been on a loop since we were living in caves? That's science. Oh my freaking god. Okay. That was probably an incredibly boring episode to watch because I was just reading shit, but I actually wanted to pay attention to what the articles had to say. For the most part. So I'm going to call it a video, so thank you everybody so much for watching, and next time I guess we're going over to the graveyard, so catch you guys later.